Hello, hello. Okay, let's adjust this. I feel like, there we go. Hi guys, happy Product Thursday. I'm so excited to be here with you all to talk about one of our most talked about products. Okay, so this is the Detox tea. I want to disable that. There we go. This is our Detox tea here at Life Activated Brands. It is a part of our Livology system, okay? And it's probably our most talked about product. I would say the Detox tea and Marvita are the two products that people cannot shut up about. You're gonna see them posted about a lot here in Healthy and Holistic group, into our customer info group. And we just have a great time talking about all things detox. We have a great time making funny reels about it, but it is a wonderful addition to our Livology gut health line. So if you're jumping on, say hi to me in the comments. I cannot see comments yet, but I know there is no other product out there that I get asked more questions about than our Detox tea. So I want to make sure that I can see your questions today. Let me make sure I'm in there we go. Okay, so I can see my awkward face. I just want to make sure I can see your questions. Let's delete that. All right, so say hi if you're jumping on. I can see comments now. I'm excited to be here. So this is Product Thursday. I want to talk a little bit about what this tea, what it does, how it works, how often you should take it, what you're going to feel like when you take it, what the ingredients are. We're going to do a typical Product Thursday, okay? So this is one of 4 products in our Livology gut health line. So the entire gut health line is incredible. Each one of those products, I think I've talked about everything other than Activate so far here on a Product Thursday. So I've already covered Cleanse with you guys. I've covered Sleep with you guys. We're doing Detox D today. I will cover Activate. I'm waiting for Activate till the end because there's so many ingredients in Activate that it's almost overwhelming, because the amount of natural, like adaptogenic mushrooms and the greens blend. It's a great product, and it's a product that attracts most people here. But I first wanted to cover the Detox tea. So this is to help you feel lighter. It has high dietary fiber. It's to remove buildup, especially from your large intestine that gets trapped in the colon, gets stuck in the colon, old food that's rotting away, that's digesting, that's causing a lot of gas, bloat, that makes it really hard to lose weight for people, and just a lot of gunk that gets trapped up in the intestines, okay? So that is what this is for. Just like all of our products here at Lab, all of our products are 100% natural. They are made in an NSF, they're produced in an NSF certified facility, and they're all like from the earth. The ingredients we're gonna talk about today are leaves and herbs, and there's no chemical compounds, there's no preservatives, there's no fillers, there's nothing bad in these. And so a lot of times when people need help with getting their gut healthy, or maybe using the bathroom more regularly, they get sidetracked by a lot of like chemical laxatives or other things. So this is a very good way to add in all natural prebiotics, which is fiber, and things to help you cleanse your system. So very simple ingredients profile here. I want to talk about it. So it has dextrin. Okay, so let me look at my notes. But dextrin, our dextrin, I want to cover this first because I get asked the gluten question a lot. Like, why doesn't it say on the packaging that the Detox tea is gluten-free? So there's a reason why. Because our dextrin is a natural fiber source, okay? So it's a natural dietary fiber. It offers numerous health benefits, including weight loss, toxin cleaning. And so dextrin has been linked to support for heart health, for blood sugar, and for overall health. It's a wonderful addition to fiber, and it's a natural fiber supplement. We want to be putting natural things into our body. The reason why we cannot say that the Detox tea is gluten-free is because our dextrin comes from maize, which is corn. So it's corn-based. So I get a lot of people with gluten sensitivities that actually can use this just fine without any flare-ups. And that's because their sensitivity is usually to wheat. So most people that are avoiding gluten are not trying to avoid, they don't have an issue with corn. They do have an issue with wheat. And most of the wheat is what inflames, the small intestines sometimes in people with certain conditions. I'm not a medical doctor, so I cannot say the names of those conditions. I'm sure we all are familiar with what I'm talking about here. There's other things that as I talk today, I'm not a doctor, so I am not qualified to say medical conditions or to imply that these things affect medical conditions, okay? So I wanted to cover that right off the bat. Dextrin is the first ingredient in here, and it's dextrin. That means that we can't say that it's gluten-free, even though there's absolutely no wheat products in this, okay? So I hope that clears that up. It's a very common question. Thank you for thinking of it. If you ask it anywhere else, thank you for asking it. We also have senna in this. And senna is probably an ingredient that you have heard about before. So the senna leaf, it comes from a plant, and senna has been used forever to make medicine. It's also, senna is a natural ingredient, but it's also FDA approved as a non-prescription laxative. You're going to see it in a lot of other things too, but it's natural. So it's oftentimes used to treat like constipation and also to clear the bowels before testing and labs and stuff like that. It's great for inflamed bowels. It's great for when people have other issues going to the bathroom, and it's great natural addition of fiber for people that are trying to lose weight. And we're going to talk about why you definitely have got to be using the tea if you're using Livology to lose weight specifically, okay? What other ingredients are in here in the detox tea? We have, let's see, I wrote my notes out so because it's hard for me to read on these little tiny things here. We have, so senna leaf is also called Cassia angustifolia, okay? Like we said, it's great for flushing out those excess toxins too and getting waste matter out of the body. We also have chamomile extract, so chamomile, okay? I don't know if you guys are familiar with chamomile tea, but it is a well-known medicinal plant, multi-therapeutic, cosmetic. It has nutritional value, and it has shown this supplement helps support liver function. It's anti-inflammatory, it's antiseptic, it's antibacterial, it's fungicidal, and it has various different healing effects to the body. So very calming, very soothing to the gut. And then we also have papaya. We have papaya fruit extract in here. So we've talked about papaya fruit being in cleanse before. It's in a lot of our supplements because it is, it's very, very antioxidant. It specifically has one carotenoid, which is called lycopene, which has tons of antioxidants, lots of things that neutralize free radicals in the body. It's very high in vitamin C. It can help your heart. It can help with the protective effects of good HDL cholesterol. People readily consider papaya to be a great remedy for not being able to go to the bathroom, for inflamed bowels, for bowel issues. And so we know that a lot of that like free radical activity is also responsible for the way our skin looks, okay? And so a lot of times when people start focusing on their gut health, we hear that a lot of their skin issues resolve as well. And we've had quite a few before and after testimonials of people that are using the tea and they're like, oh my gosh, my skin has gotten better. Papaya extract is really great at helping to combat a lot of that free radical damage that happens and results and shows a lot of itself in the skin. So those are our ingredients. Pretty simple ingredient profile, you guys. That is the detox tea. When you take it out of the packaging, it comes in a little sachet like this. And I'm going to talk about how we consume the tea, how often, how much, whatever. We're going to talk about it. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in. It's something I might cover, but if not, I want to see them coming up. Sabrina says helps with emotions too. Absolutely. Definitely, you guys. Getting your gut healthy is going to help with your emotional regulation, but chamomile can be calming. Papaya can be calming with helping those emotions too. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. So our detox tea, I'm going to recommend when you're consuming it, it says to mix it with 10 to, I think the recommended is 8 to 12 ounces of warm water. The warm is key here. I know a lot of you guys don't like consuming your stuff warm. That's okay. I just chug it down. I'm not particularly, I don't think that the detox tea is disgusting. I think it tastes like tea. I'm not a huge like tea drinker. To me, it just tastes like regular ass Lipton tea. Like it's nothing fancy. It's not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, but what it does to my body is my favorite. Absolutely. I will never not use the detox tea. So please use it with warm water, okay? It's going to activate all those leaves and chemical compounds and the antioxidant properties much better if you're drinking it warm. Now, drinking a tea is better than not drinking a tea. So there have been times when I'm at a casino or on an airplane and I'm like, crap, I need to take my detox tea because I know when it's going to kick in and I want to feel, amazing in my bathing suit tomorrow. I will throw it in a water bottle, chug it, and get it down. I don't feel like it's as effective as when I take it when it's warm. But again, any detox tea is better than no detox tea. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. Please be consuming your detox tea warm with warm water. Other things, if you want to change the flavor or the taste, some good additions to it could be natural honey, could be like agave syrup if it's natural, would be lemon. I use a couple drops of natural organic stevia. I would avoid sugar substitutes like Splenda and anything with like saccharin in it. That's really, really like the most damaging thing you can do for the gut. And I would avoid as much sugar as possible too, because sugar sometimes can be not that friendly to the gut. Okay, so our detox tea, what is the recommended use? So if you're starting the Livology or the fitness bundle system, we are always going to recommend that you start your system off with 3 days of the detox tea in a row. Now, there's some nuances there, and that just like this is a natural ingredient, just like all of our products are natural, that means that there is some wiggle room. Okay, this is not a medication. This is not a medicine. All right, so medicines you get from a doctor and they get your weight and they prescribe it to you. These are all natural plant-based things. So you're going to have to use them and learn what works for your body. And everybody's a little bit different here. So there is no specific way that works the best for everybody. I'm just going to share some things that I have heard that work for some people and don't work for others. So a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, Ashley, I'm afraid to poop. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you, let's just put it out there. The detox tea it should be helping you to poop. Now, some people, like, let me tell you, it's going to make you poop. Other people, they may say, it's kind of just the norm for me. We're all coming into the system with different varying levels of gut health. We literally have different lengths of our digestive tract, okay? And so I've read that it doesn't really matter so much for short to tall people, but based on weight, the length of your digestive system, meaning your intestines. So if we were to lay out our intestines from end to end, they actually would be as long as a school bus. And so people who weigh more have longer systems. So this is going to take longer to travel through. You might need more detox tea versus if you weigh less, and we'll talk about that too. So every person is different. But if you're starting this program, we're always going to recommend 3 days in a row of using the detox tea. So here's my tip. Because this is going to scrub out some of that gunk in your intestines, we want you to I always say use the fitness bundle. If you're going to do the Livology Gut Health, add in the component of Morvita. Morvita is very gut healing. It is very anti-inflammatory. So I would suggest if you have the fitness bundle, take a few days of your Morvita first before you go into day 1, day 2, and day 3 of using your detox tea, if you have it available. Now, if not, I didn't do that. I just ran the tea and I was absolutely fine. But if you're afraid of any inflammation or whatever, you can absolutely start a few days with the Morvita first. Same thing with CBD. If you have our CBD, it is incredibly powerful for reducing inflammation in the gut, or do both. You can spend a couple days using Morvita before you start your program and continuing, of course, the Morvita all through the program. But you can also start with a few days of CBD before you start the 3 days of detox tea. It's just going to help to like settle that gut and make your tum-tum a little bit less inflamed. So 3 days in a row of the tea. Now, let's talk about it. I went into this program being like, I'm healthy, I work out every day, I cook at home, blah, 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 blah. I'm so healthy. The first time I took a full package of detox tea, I may have seen Jesus. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you guys. Like, I was hearing colors and seeing sounds. Okay, does that make sense? It was like a Jackson Pollock painting. I was like, I don't even think I was like, this is not supposed to be that color. What? Why is that lime green? Like, is that a tadpole? Like, I did not understand the things that had been trapped in my body, which is terrifying and also amazing at the same time. But here's the deal, you guys. I don't mean to scare you. My experience is not everybody's. I have tons of customers. I would say I have a very high customer base. So I hear stories. If you ever want to come to me and talk about your poop, please do. Like, feel welcome to come to me and talk about your poop, because poop is a natural part of the human body. Poop is how we get rid of toxins. It is it's one of the few ways that the body is meant for us to get rid of toxins in our body. I like talking about that. I like talking about anything about health. And so I think it's a normal human process and we have to be talking about it. But what I've learned is that my experience is not everybody's. I came into this, which I didn't realize, I was using anti-inflammatory Advil every single day, which wrecks your gut health. I was using Splenda every single day, multiple times a day, drinking Diet Cokes. And when I thought I was healthy, I had been wrecking my gut for a large majority of my adult life. And this tea really helped to reset it. But because I came in with a wildly unhealthy gut, it was a little bit rougher for me. I'm not going to lie. I have customers that come in and they only natural plant-based things and they're not using all the junk that I was, and they have a much smoother go of it. It's very mild for them. So each person starting off is going to have a wildly different experience. And again, I didn't poop my pants. I just wanted to make sure I wouldn't recommend going on a 10-mile hike in nature unless like that pooping in nature is your thing. I don't know. No judgment. No judgment if it is. I'm sure that sounds very soothing. It's not for me. So, and I probably, I probably wouldn't go on stage speaking the first time I take the detox tea, but it's not anything that like you cannot survive through. So 3 days in a row, and I'm going to tell you my suggestions. If you're a larger person, you probably can start off with a full pack and do a full pack for 3 days. If you're a smaller person, you're probably going to want to start off with a half a pack on day 1, a half a pack on day 2, and then you're going to want to bump up to a full pack on day 3, if you can. Now, if you're under 150 pounds, a half a pack of tea may always work for you. You're just going to have to fiddle around and see what works for your body. I would say I've had customers, and consistently, all my customers under 150 pounds prefer a half pack of tea. I have some customers that are over 200 pounds, and my husband's over 200 pounds. He oftentimes needs to take 1.5 or 2 packs of tea to get the going to the bathroom effect that he wants to have to feel cleaned out. Everybody's different. 1 pack of tea is great for me. And so if you're nervous about it, or if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be at work the next day, do day 1 half pack, day 2 half pack, day 3 full pack. If you're a larger person, don't be scared. Start with a full pack. I did a full pack, and let's just talk about it. My first day, a lot of people tell me that their first day on the tea, they feel gassy, they feel bloated. Sometimes it is absolutely normal for your stomach to be cramping. Similar to like when you really have to use the bathroom, you know how you get those like stomach cramps and like have to go to the bathroom stomach cramps? That is not abnormal to do, okay? This is why we have you doing the tea 3 days in a row, because we really need to cleanse out your system, and sometimes 1 packet of tea is not going to be enough. I can tell you that half pack of tea certainly isn't going to be enough. You've got to do it 3 days in a row. And so oftentimes I hear people saying like, my first day of the tea, I just was really gassy and bloated. Sometimes some people don't even have a bowel movement on the first day of their tea. Okay, then you go to day 2. Okay, day 2, continue with the tea. Get that fiber in there, get those prebiotics, get the papaya enzymes and the digestive enzymes in there, okay? And then on day 3, if you have been going to the bathroom on day 1 and day 2 already, you shouldn't be afraid to take a full pack on day 3. Okay, you've cleaned a lot of that stuff out there. It's not going to be as powerful as it is on day 1. And so really each person is very, very different. But what I can tell you is that a lot of times people will come in and do 1 day of the tea and they're like, oh my gosh, I just pooped a rainbow. I'm never doing this again. And they don't even make it to seeing the magical amazingness of what this tea has to offer. I'm here to tell you that I was like pooping rainbows and tadpoles, and this is one of my favorite products now. And if I had given up because I was like, oh my gosh, that first day was so rough, you guys, the best things in life might take a little bit of work. And so I love this, but I'm always going to tell people start off with 3 days in a row. After that, as you continue on your system, so we tell people take your Activate in the day, do your cleanse and your sleep at night, and then use your detox tea on day 1, 2, and 3 of your program. And then after that, use it once or twice a week. I use it twice a week like clockwork, but I also use it as needed. So there are days when I know like a holiday or something else, I'm going to eat really bad and I'm going to feel like it used to take me days to like recover from a Taco Tuesday or Easter or other things. When I would eat really bad foods, it wrecked my system and I felt sluggish and bloated and gross and gassy. I know I will come home and take my detox tea and I'm going to feel amazing the next day. It really does help your system reset. And if you want to do like a big weight loss reset, you absolutely can do the 3 days. If you've had a really bad go of eating, or maybe you fell off the wagon, start back and do a 3-day cleanse again with the detox tea. You can always do that too. So I wanted to talk about that because the importance of doing it 3 days in a row at the beginning is really, really important. Now, people oftentimes ask me, do I have to always use the tea? Once I'm on this Livology system and I'm taking cleanse and I'm taking sleep and I'm taking Activate, do I always have to use the tea? And the answer to that is it depends. If you're using Livology to lose weight, I would say the detox tea is really the key to keeping everything moving out of your body, okay? Now, if you're just wanting gut health, if you've been using the tea and the whole system for a few months and you are feeling amazing, guys, our products are amazing. They work. You may decide that you just want to go with a maintenance bundle and you don't need the tea anymore because you're not looking to lose weight or you're absolutely already really regular using cleanse. Again, each person is different. I can't answer that for you, but I do know I've had some customers that say, oh, I just can't lose weight on the program. And I say, okay, how often are you using the tea? And they say, oh, I don't use the tea because it made me go to the bathroom the first time. Yeah, that's the point. You cannot be losing weight if you're not exiting all of that junk and gross stuff and toxins out of your body, all right? So another time somebody said to me, they're like, well, I read somewhere that we don't need to detox. The detox teas are negative for you. And I'm sure when people are saying like, oh, we're not saying this is gonna cure anything. This is just really great digestive enzymes and fiber is what this is, okay? And if our body was already doing an amazing job detox, like our liver, our lymphatic system, our glymphatic system, everything else was not meant to handle the toxin load that we are putting into our bodies every day. I'm talking from sun up to sundown, we are exposed in the air to personal products, okay? Deodorant, everything has toxins in it. The food we're eating, the chemicals, the hormones, the preservatives. If our body was doing great at handling that toxic load, we wouldn't have, the liver issues and the fatty livers and the cancers. It is very apparent in modern day health that we can't handle that toxic load. And so the colon is the very bottom drain of drainage to get all those toxins out of your body. So if your colon isn't properly functioning, everything else in the body is going to get stopped up, okay? And that means it's going to affect the liver, or it's going to affect your lymphatic system, because it all drains down to the colon, okay? Your liver is dumping bile into your small intestine, which then carries down. So really making sure that your colon is effectively working as a drainage system in the body is going to make you feel like amazing, like just $1 million, okay? Another question that I get asked a lot on the tea, hold on, I'm going to see if you guys have questions in the chat, is, okay, I need to take it, but I work, so when is it going to kick in? Again, everybody's different. Every human body, I can't tell you, all right, Samantha, you can take the tea right now and it's going to kick in 6 hours for you. I say try it once on a weekend or on a day off or whatever. Or if you have to work and you don't want to wait to start your program, start with a half tea, okay? You can't tell me that you've been working your whole adult life and you've never had to poop at work. Guys, that's what bathrooms are for, okay? I don't prefer it, but shit happens, okay? Excuse my language, shit happens. So I would encourage you to try it the first time and see. And so for me, I'm very different. I'll tell you about my husband and another customer's experience. For me, I've taken it enough to know I could set my watch to it. I have literally chugged detox tea when I'm still sitting in an airplane, because I know that for me, I have 8 to 10 hours. It's an 8 to 10 hour window. So I know I can drink it before I go to bed. I know I can wake up, blah, blah, blah. And before I leave the house in the morning, I have this window and I know when it's going to hit. It's not going to interrupt my sleep. I know I'm not going to, if I drink it, like if I was at work and I work till 6, I know I could drink the tea at 4 p.m. and come home and I would be home at that window. Now I have another customer, she's a lot smaller than me. It kicks in for her in about 2 hours. Now, we can talk about transit time. Everybody has different transit times and how their digestive systems work. And so it varies. I have had some customers where it's closer to like 20 hours. It's like 16, 20 hours. Only you can find what works for you. I can't answer that for you. So again, just don't be on a 10-mile hike. It's not anything that like you can't survive. It's not like a colonoscopy prep, you guys. It's not that bad. And if it is going to be a little rough, I promise it'll just be your first time. After that, once you start using the whole Livology system, you're going to find that this is your best friend. You're going to find that this is very mild. It is very reassuring. You feel like $1 million after you take it. And it's not like that first time at all. Where is the rest of my stuff? I also want to talk about how it works. So it's cleaning out a bunch of the gunk that gets trapped in the grooves. Okay, so you have bumps, especially in that small intestine and in the large intestine, and old food and bacteria can get trapped in there. And it's that bad bacteria that produces, I think it's CO2, and that's what causes a bunch of gas and gross stuff. Is the bad bacteria is eating away at the food and it causes the gases. Okay, so there's an imbalance of bad bacteria and good bacteria. So this goes in and scrubs it all out, almost like when you're exfoliating your face and your pores are gunky and you can see big pores, that the scrub on your face is going to go in there and get all that gunk out. That's kind of how this is working in your intestines, all right? So, but the thing is that it can't just only pull out the bad bacteria. I wish it could. I wish we had that, but it can't. It's going to scrub out a lot of gunk. A lot of stuff that's trapped in there, it's going to scrub it out. But you need to make sure you're using cleanse when you use this tea. You need to make sure your gut will repopulate with the right good kind of bacteria that's going to break down your food faster, that's going to help your digestion, that's going to prevent bloat. Okay, so I would not recommend using this detox tea unless I know that you're putting good bacteria back in there, because when we cleanse it all out, that gut biome has to repopulate. And you're kind of playing Russian roulette with like, ooh, what's going to repopulate this week? The good bacteria, but it could be the bad if you're not using this with cleanse. So I never sell the detox tea by itself. If people order it, I immediately say, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I would always use at least those two in conjunction with each other. All right. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Let's see if we have any questions. If you guys have questions on the tea that I haven't covered, please feel free to put it in there. Let's see, I covered typical results, I covered cramping, I covered will you always need it, I covered how often to take it, the first 3 days when you're starting the program. After that, every once or twice a week or as needed. You can use it more if you eat bad. You absolutely could do another 3-day reset. I do 3-day resets, like especially when I'm gonna be like in a bathing suit, going on vacation. I love this stuff. I love it so much. We don't know when to take it because everybody's different. So there's not a right or a wrong time to take it. That's just the answer. I wish I had a specific answer for you, but I don't. Let's see what else. But yeah, the first time that's not going to be your everyday experience with the detox tea. I promise you. I had a really rough go of it, and I'm so glad I continued on the cycle because this is my little favorite best friend now. All right, let's see. Somebody asked, can it be mixed with Morvita? Well, we talked about taking this hot and the importance of taking this hot. And Morvita, you don't want to heat up. So heating up Morvita actually reduces some of the enzymes in the Morvita and makes it less effective. So I personally would not. I think Morvita tastes freaking amazing. Like it's a snack to me. It's a tasty snack. This tastes like tea to me. So I personally wouldn't recommend mixing them because you want to drink this warm. You want to drink Morvita cold or at room temperature. Good question. Let's see. Sabrina says, I did a full pack, some stomach cramping, but a good clean out over a few sessions a day. Absolutely a normal first time response. I will say this. I've noticed that when I start eating really clean, when I'm doing really good and the fitness bundle helps me with cravings, when I take this tea and I've been eating really clean, it's smooth sailing. I'm like, did I even take the tea? Like, look at me, just poop queen, like no big deal. When I eat rough, when I go off the rails and I take the tea, I feel it. It's like the rain clouds come and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like the tadpole experience again, okay? So you really can tell what's going on in your gut when you're taking this tea. And you can tell that when your body really needs the tea and when it doesn't. So that was just a really interesting perspective for me. And don't forget that you're gonna have to fiddle around with it. I would say if you're under 150 pounds, maybe try with a half pack first. If you're between 150 to 200 pounds, or anything. If you're over 150, start with 1 full pack. If you're not getting the powwow that you want and you're like 200 or over, you may need a pack and a half or 2. Again, it's all natural stuff, you guys. You can totally fiddle around with that. My husband needs to use 2 packs. He's a big guy. He's a tall guy and he's big and he weighs a lot. So, any other questions before I get off? I'm just gonna go through and make sure I didn't miss anything because you guys ask the most questions about the detox tea. Raylene says that she adds honey, it makes it enjoyable, and she's not a tea person. See, it's really, you guys, it really doesn't taste bad. I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my gosh, we want to scarf it down like I am with Morvita, but it's not bad at all. Okay, let's see. Yeah, if you are wanting to lose weight, definitely keep the tea as a part of your regimen. If you're just wanting to get healthy and get your gut feeling amazing, you want to decrease bloat, you want to help your digestion, you want to do other things, I would start the first few months using the full Livology Max bundle or fitness bundle, and then you can decide after that if you want the tea or not. Again, totally up to you. If you're not looking to lose weight, you may not need it. Your gut will get healthier the longer you're on our program. All right, guys, I don't see any other questions. Leah says, once you go, it's good. It doesn't give you the runs. Absolutely. So the first time some people are like, oh, I don't want to use it because I'm so scared. You should be scared of not pooping, okay? If there's anything to be scared about, you should be scared that you're not going regularly. If you're not going regular, all the toxins from the food and the chemicals and preservatives are just sitting in there in your intestine. That's not good for your body. That's not good for your liver. It's not good for anything. So if you're gonna be scared of something, be scared of the fact that you're not going regularly. And no, after a while, it doesn't give you the runs. It just gives you like a freaking amazing, I want to jump on the scale after this, bowel movement. Sometimes it will give you 2, and you're going to learn your body. Like, I know that there's always going to be a wave 2, and that's just what it is what it is, okay? But thanks for sharing, you guys. If you have any other questions, please feel free to throw them in the comments. Make sure, if you haven't already, grab your fitness bundle. Again, the Morvita is such a healing component to the gut. It's really important. Make sure that you're not using the detox tea without using cleanse with it. You want to be pumping that good bacteria back in the gut when we cleanse it out. And stop being scared of the tea. Everybody loves the tea. Don't be afraid. Don't take one and make your judgment on day 1, okay? Use it for 3 days in a row and then go to the once or twice a week and then tell me on month 2 how much you love the tea, because I promise you, for people that stick with it, it is a magical, magical supplement, part of our gut health system, okay? So that is it. Get with whoever invited you here to this group. If you haven't already gotten your fitness bundle or your Livology Max bundle, I hope you know the difference. So Livology Max bundle is all 4 of our gut health products. The fitness bundle is all 4 of our gut health products with more Vita added in. There's never going to be a day that I'm not going to tell you to take more Vita. It's going to change your life. And it really helps the gut health component. And once you get your gut healthy, you're going to find you actually can absorb more nutrients. You actually start, your skin changes, your hair changes. And so your body's getting that more Vita, but it's actually absorbing it better because you don't have all this gunk trapped in there. So it's kind of just like this magical moment, and they were meant to be married to each other. So I'm always going to tell you to get the fitness bundle if you're contemplating. Remember, you have a full 30 days with all of our products. So try them and don't make a judgment call on week 1 or week 2. There might be some mild detox symptoms when you're taking the whole Livology program. It is very normal for people to maybe have a few breakouts in your skin. It's very normal for people to get some headaches. Remember, water's your best friend. Drink a ton of water, especially with bowel movements in general. Water is the #1 contributor to sometimes people being constipated. They're just not drinking enough fluids. They're just not drinking enough water. But especially as you're getting your gut healthy, it's really normal within that 2-week range on week 2 for some people to begin having some detox symptoms. That is all the impurities coming out of your body. Again, a very normal response. I had some jawline breakout, and I did have some mild headaches, and I just pumped a lot of water. I think I doubled down on more Vita, and I moved through that really quickly, and I was feeling great. I would say I saw the fastest and best results around month 2 or month 3. I started to feel differently. I started to see a reduction in bloat at the 30-day mark, but man, I really started to see some changes in my weight, and I was tracking my weight, you know, like I was still eating healthy. I was watching my calories. You can't just eat 2 large pieces a day and expect the detox tea to help you lose weight. But I really started to see results the longer I was on it. So thanks, guys. Have a great day. Grab your products and let me know in the comments what you think about the detox tea. Have you had an amazing experience? Have you had a crazy experience? Did you have a Jackson Pollock experience? I want to hear all of your stories. All right, guys, have a good one.